Welcome to what is happening in today with crowning thoughts. Santiago DC Maria, truth speaker.
When politics meets prophecy, what the Bible really warns us about leaders, many sincere believers today look at powerful political figures and major national events and immediately feel something stirring in their spirit. They turn to the pages of Scripture trying to understand what they're seeing. This is not new. For thousands of years, people who love God and study His Word have looked at the kings, emperors, presidents, and movements of their own time and asked the same question. Is this the kind of leader the Bible was warning us about? The Scriptures are very clear and very blunt about leadership. God repeatedly warns about people in power who become arrogant, who crave control more than they care about people, who speak smooth words while their hearts are crooked, who divide nations instead of healing them, and who present themselves as saviors while serving only themselves. These warnings appear again and again throughout both the Old and New Testaments, because human nature doesn't change very much when power is put in human hands. Because these biblical descriptions are so broad and so timeless, sincere Christians in every generation have applied them to different leaders, sometimes the ones they fear, sometimes the ones they once loved and later became disappointed by. That's normal. That's human. Different people see different dangers because different parts of Scripture speak more loudly to different hearts at different moments. Here's what matters most right now. If you are looking at current political figures and movements through spiritual eyes, then stop asking only, which side is the prophecy about? And start asking the much harder, much more important question, which parts of Jesus' teaching am I actually living out in this exact political moment, no matter who is winning or losing? Because at the end of the day, Scripture is not primarily a code book for predicting politicians. It is primarily a mirror that shows us what kind of people we are becoming while we live under those politicians. Love your neighbor. Do justice. Love mercy. Walk humbly with your God. Bless those who curse you. Care for the stranger, the widow, the orphan, the poor. These commands were not optional in the first century. They are not optional in the 21st century. No matter whose flag is flying highest right now, these remain the non-negotiable marching orders for anyone who claims the name of Christ. Stay focused there. That's where the real spiritual battle and the real spiritual victory has always been. I can share passages many people reference when reflecting on leadership, power, truth, and discernment. I'll keep it centered on Scripture itself so you can draw your own conclusions. Warnings about false or misleading leaders. Matthew 7:15-16 Beware of false prophets, who come to you in sheep's clothing but inwardly are ravenous wolves. You will recognize them by their fruits. Matthew 24:4-5 Watch out that no one deceives you. For many will come in my name, claiming I am he, and will deceive many. 2 Peter 2:1 But there were also false prophets among the people. They will secretly introduce destructive heresies, even denying the sovereign Lord. Warnings about pride and self-exaltation. Proverbs 16:18 Pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall. Daniel 11:36 The king will do as he pleases. He will exalt and magnify himself above every god. 2 Timothy 3:1-5 In the last days terrible times will come. People will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, having a form of godliness but denying its power. On leaders and justice. Proverbs 29:2 When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked rule, the people groan. Isaiah 10:1-2 Woe to those who make unjust laws, to deprive the poor of their rights and withhold justice from the oppressed. Ezekiel 22:27 Her officials within her are like wolves tearing their prey. They shed blood and kill people to make unjust gain. On discernment and truth. 1 John 4:1 Dear friends, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God. Matthew 7:20 Thus, by their fruit you will recognize them. These passages are often used in discussions about moral leadership, deception, humility, justice, and spiritual discernment. Different readers apply them in different ways depending on their beliefs and perspectives, but they all point back to the same core idea. Measure leadership by integrity, humility, truth, and the fruit it produces.